Cleveland Cooks is back working with Ohio Pork, and who better to team up with than the Proper Pig, right?
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely, Shane. You guys do, I mean, you do have other things on the menu, but it is like 90% pork here, isn't
you
it?
can't have a name of like the Proper Pig unless you have a pretty big focus on pork. So,
Yes.
yeah, I think you came to the right spot.
I did, and why do you guys focus on pork as opposed to, you know, a kind of an even split or other proteins?
I mean, traditionally in barbecue, we try to stick to tradition pretty good, and pork is just like the star of the show. You know, in the old days, it used to be super inexpensive, so you had to slow smoke it to get a cut like the ribs or the pork shoulder to be tender. So it's perfect. It's really the perfect meat for barbecue.
Wonderful. And you guys do a mean rib. Show us how you do that here at the Proper Pig.
All right, a lot of people ask us how we do our ribs because that's what people like to smoke at home too. So if they're not buying it from us, go out, get your Ohio pork, and let's do it this way. So for our ribs, we keep it super simple.
Okay.
We use a spare rib. You can see it's trimmed really nice and evenly. Gives you a nice even cook.
Why do you do spare ribs versus baby backs?
It's just something that we made a decision when we started. That's what we like. We'll do baby backs every once in a while on special, but we like the spare rib. They're a little bit bigger. They're
meatier.
Yeah, I love them. So basically, we're just going to take some of our rub. We use this rub on everything in house. This is what we have here, and
so I'm guessing there's things like garlic in there, paprika, what else? Pepper and salt.
A lot of pepper and salt, and then a little bit of paprika for color, and garlic just for a little extra taste. So basically, we coat it just like this. Rub it in there pretty good. We let ours sit overnight.
With the dry rub on it?
Yeah, we do want it to like absorb some of the flavor.
Almost like a dry marinade.
Yeah, we try to keep ours not overly saucy. We like the dry rub to be what we focus mostly on. So after we get the rub on, it sits for 24 hours. We have our smoker set at 250 degrees. We put the ribs in just like this.
So you don't wrap it, you don't add any, like some people do like a yellow mustard, or some people will put a water bath or something like that. Nothing, just dry, plain like that.
Just like that, And then after about 3 hours, they should start to look like this. These were at about 165 degrees or so. You'll start to see the bones are starting to poke out.
If you have it in a smoker, so you don't wrap it, you don't do anything like that, it's just straight on the tray like that. How often are you checking it? Are you doing anything maintenance-wise? I know that's kind of like a thing.
They say if you're looking, you're not cooking, so you don't want to open it up very often. We've done this for 10 years now, so we
got it.
Yeah, we've got it pretty good. If you're at home, they sell probes, which are great, so you could put it in there and it'll send Bluetooth to your phone, so you could kind of have an idea of
keep an eye on it and babysit it.
Yeah.
Well, because this is also a pretty big commitment in terms of time for people, especially if you're talking about maybe like a brisket or something like that. But the ribs, like this is hours that you are committing. You want to make sure you don't screw it up, right?
And a lot of people do it for a party or something like that. So my advice is to start ahead of time and get it done early and hold it, because you don't want to have a party where people are waiting
and hungry
4 hours to eat.
Hungry.
Hey, and it's not too bad. You could have a couple beverages while you're waiting for it to cook. And
all right, so you said the bones will start to kind of stick out.
Yeah, that means you're starting to get where you want to be. You'll see the meat will kind of plump up a little bit.
All right, you see that difference from this one to this one. All right.
And then when we get to about 165, we like to just hit it with barbecue sauce. You can use a brush, but you don't have to. You can just put
kind
it
of melts
like
over it. What kind of barbecue sauce do you favor with a spare rib?
Ours is kind of a hybrid between a Carolina and just like a standard, so it does have a lot of vinegar and sugar in it. Some other alternatives you could do, you could put the sauce on, and then sometimes I'll put at home brown sugar on there or some butter.
Do you like that heavier kind of like bark on it too? Well, and I imagine too with a spare rib, you got to have that heavier vinegar to cut through some of the meatier meat that comes with that set of.
Well, and the great thing about barbecue is just because I do it this way, you could do it a different way, and you favor profile. So you come to Proper Pig, and we do it a certain way, but we also have to produce hundreds of racks of ribs, so we have to like.
You got to know it's good.
If I'm making a couple racks in my own house, I may try different things, So then we would just kind of wrap this.
All right, so nice and snug with that. I can see why you don't have to brush it. It'll kind of.
And then we put it face down back in the smoker so it could kind of sit in the juices that are in there.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Pro tip.
Yeah, pro tip. And then we'll take that up to, we like to go a little bit above 200 degrees because we want tender ribs, but not where it's just falling off the bone when you cut it. We would like you to.
You need that bone it needs to be that integrity so you can bite it off, that chew a little bit, right?
And
okay.
when we first started, we used to keep it a little not as tender. Now we found out people really love a little bit more tender.
Yes.
So we try to get that level of tenderness, and that'll bring us.
This is this is the pay dirt here,
Yeah,
Shane?
this is it. So.
Here, wait, let's look here. You can see kind of the ribs, or the, can we just show it? Like,
sure.
This is what the bones should look like when you're coming out of the smoker,
you
that second
definitely want
pass.
to see the bones.
And just
You
look
want
at
it to sag like that. Like
okay,
we're at
so
the
that it's
point-
not falling off. That shows you right there, all right.
Yeah, if you lift it up and they fall right off, then you went a little too far. Now it'll still taste fine.
I was just gonna say, it'll still taste pretty
some
good,
people
right?
love it that way. Barbecue's also hard when you run a restaurant because everybody does have their opinion.
That's true.
One person loves this, the other person would say it's not done enough, somebody would say it's overdone. That's how it is.
Well, that's why you have different racks on the smoker. You can take them off at different times.
And we
right?
definitely have regular customers that are like, give me the ones that are a little more done or the ones that are that. So, so yeah, we're just gonna cut down in through here in between the bones if I can figure it out.
Do you do any trimming of the racks before you?
We get ours already prepared, like already trimmed like that, so we don't have to. Like I said, we have a small and mighty staff here,
That's
so
true.
we have to like.
But in terms of if somebody is preparing at home, what should they be doing to like that?
So you want to make sure you're getting this nice uniform shape because what you don't want is to be at the end, like to have
needs to cook evenly.
Yeah, real like thin portions, and then it's kind of could dry it out. But
oh man, look at this. He's cooked a few racks of ribs in his life.
And you'll see a real nice smoke ring in there. That's another misconception we get, especially with pork, because it's a lighter color meat. People see the smoke ring and they're like, oh, it's not done because it's pink.
Oh, no.
But that's exactly what you're looking for.
Yes, exactly.
You don't want your meat to taste like you're eating a campfire, but you definitely want it kissed with a little bit of smoke.
Kissed with a little bit of smoke. I think that you have achieved that here. Look at this. Can I take a bite of here? All right. Oh yeah, you're right. The perfect tenderness.
Yeah, you want it to pull off with a little bit of, you want to have.
You want some bite to it.
Yeah, you want a bite. Yeah.
Delicious, Shane.
Thank you.